Sankhya Yogam in Bhagavad Gita is supposed to be the crux, the synopsis, the abstract, the essence of Bhagavad Gita. And we have seen in the slokas 1 to 10 a continuation to first chapter. 11th to 30th, the essence of Sankhya Yogam was told. 31 to 38 describes the duties of Kshatriya. We have not stopped at 38, 39 and 40 as an introduction to Karma Yoga. 39 to 53 is actually Karma Yoga. The next chapter, third chapter in Bhagavad Gita is Karma Yoga. Second chapter itself gives a introduction or covers Karma Yoga, most of the aspects. So today we are from sloka number 41. We have done up to 40 yesterday. Describing in the beginning where body is not important, Atma is not important. Both are not in your control. Body you cannot anyway preserve. Atma you need not to preserve because it keeps jumping from one body to another body. Birth and rebirth cycle is part of Atma, that is Jivatma. The English translation happens to be soul. Then yesterday what was established to us, as a Kshatriya, if you don't fight war, it is worse than death for you. Therefore Arjuna, being a warrior, it is not that commonly available opportunity for a warrior to fight a war which is to establish righteousness. So having said that, as a Kshatriya, what you are supposed to do is your karma. And now the Karma Yoga introduction is being discussed from verse number 39 to 53. The yoga of action which is dharmic to yourself. That is what is getting described. One of the sloka, probably when somebody talks about the Bhagavad Gita, main, important, famous, well-known slokas, we are going to see today from 39 to 53 when we look at it. Definitely, second chapter, 47th sloka is what comes to everyone. Karmanni vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. So that we will cover today and reach up to 53. And we will stop probably, if we can, up to 53 we will do. And 54 sloka is where Arjuna is asking question. In this chapter, Arjuna has 6 slokas. Yeah, I think 6 slokas. And the 5 slokas were in the beginning, were most important probably being Karpanya dosho bahata swabhava, and the continuation, their 5 slokas were finished. Yeah, Arjuna had 6 slokas, Sanjaya had 3 slokas. Krishna, out of 72 slokas, except 9, 63 slokas are by Bhagavan. And one more sloka in between. When all these have to be done, you should not become sad. Ashochya, shochitum arhasi, na shochitum arhasi, etc., etc., being emphatically told by Bhagavan. Arjuna had a question. How to be a person like you who is talking without any emotional temptations? That is where Arjuna asks the question, Sthita Prajnasya ka bhasha, how do a Sthita Prajna speaks? That comes in the 54th sloka, and Krishna gives the answer continuously. Dukkheshu anudignam sukheshu vikataspruha vita raga bhaya krodha sthitatir muniruchade, etc. This specific chapter, second chapter, has got a lot of references to chapter number 3, chapter number 6, chapter number 18. Yesterday we have seen a close relation to chapter number 18. Now we will look at slokas from 41 onwards. We will chant up to 53 because 39 to 53 is Karma Yoga. Let us see whether we can finish those 14 slokas today. Or 14 or 15 slokas, 15 slokas today. But we have already finished 2, so 13 slokas are to be finished. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kuru nandana bahushakha hanandascha buddhayo vyavasayinam yamimam pushpitam vacham pravadandya vipaschitaha veda vedarata partha nanyadasti vadinam kamatmanappa surgaparam janma karma phalapradam kriya vishesha bahulam bhogaishwarya gadim prati bhogaishwarya prasaktanam tayapahruta tejasam chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samaudhau na vidhiyate traigunya vishaya veda nistairgunya bhavarjuna nirdvando nityasattvastaha niryogakshema atmavan yavanartha udapane sarvatah samplutodake tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijanata karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadhachana ma karma phalaheturbhu ma te sangostva karmani yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyakta dhananjaya siddhya siddhyo samo bhuktva samatvam yoga uchyate durena hyevaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya buddhau sharanamanyischa kripana phalahetavam buddhi yukto jahatiha ubhe sukrita dushkrite tasmat yogaya uchchasya yoga karmasu kaushalam karmajam buddhi yukta hi phalam tyakta manishinaha janma bandha vinirmuktaha padam gacchantyanāmayam yada te mohakalilam buddhirveditaritchati तथा गन्धासि निर्वेदं श्रोतव्यस्य श्रुतस्य च श्रुति विप्रतिपन्नाते यथा स्थास्यति निश्चला समाधावचला बुद्धि तथा योगमवाप्स्यसि. This is just before the sloka where Arjuna uvacha sthita pratnasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava sthidhati kim prapasheta kimasida prajeta kim, for which Bhagavan gives answer that is continuous up to the end of this chapter, 72 slokas from 55. That part probably we will take it up later if we can finish from 41 onwards. So here the Karma Yoga, the basic lessons of Karma Yoga is what Bhagavan is giving to Arjuna. The idea is to bring Arjuna to take up war and then start fighting. So, sloka number 41. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kuru nandana bahushakha hyanandascha buddhayo vyavasayinam. Here, Vyavasayatmika buddhi. Vyavasaya atmika buddhi. Buddhi is intellect. What is Vyavasayatmika buddhi? That you resolve, you take a decision, firm, with high initiative, a business sort of a contractual agreement. That means you take a resolution, think very thoroughly, make your mind towards that. That buddhi which takes decisive action is called Vyavasayatmika buddhi. So, Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kuru nandana. Eka, single, only that. Iha, in this path, Kuru Nandana, a descendant of Kuru, my Arjuna. What is most essential here? A decisive mind which says, yes, I am going to do it. That is what is essential here. Bahushakha, you have different options, different branches, different ways. Hyanandascha, he indeed, Ananta, endless. Activities are there, not two. You have many ways of looking at it. Where, because buddhi always will not lead us in single path. It always looks at different options. Buddhayo vyavasayinam. That intellect need to be driven for deciding repeatedly. Again, the same slokas will come. Earlier also it came. In the sloka number 40, Bhagavan was insisting that you need to be firm in your action. Right? So that little bit of activity which you do, which will give you that participation in a war, which makes you either to achieve the greatest padavi in Sorga if you die, and if you live, definitely that will give you a great padavi of kingship. So both way you are not at loss. Therefore, you have to be decisive. And how you should be? With full samachittada. That Vyavasayatmika buddhi, confirming that this is what I am going to do, require a yogi's thought without fluctuation in the thoughts. That is why this is where Krishna is leading Arjuna to the samachitta state of a yogi with ekagra, one pointed focused thought. If that is not there, as he said earlier, Karpanya dosham is what is creating trouble. He is not able to decide what is required. It goes into not two, many ways. So therefore, Krishna is telling, this is the right time for you to decide what you are supposed to do. Don't fluctuate too much. So what's the sloka says? Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kuru nandana bahushakha hyanandascha buddhayo vyavasayinam. Buddhayo avyavasayinam. The buddhi has a tendency to branch out and go into different one. That avyavasayinam buddhi, which is the last line, which says, has to be got to the first line. What does it say? Vyavasayatmika buddhi. So what is required for a firm decision as per Krishna? Vyavasayatmika buddhi, a business mentality. That means once you decide, get into that action. Earlier we heard when the Subhashitam was told, Udyamam, immediately sahasam, jump into action. Udyamam is planning, not good. Not good enough. Good, but not good enough. What is to be done? Jump into action. Udyamam sahasam. For which what you require? Dhairyam buddhi shakti. Not some buddhi. This buddhi is Vyavasayatmika buddhi. Then what will happen? So many thoughts will stop you. Then don't give hold to such thoughts. That is what is essential. Right? Now, the sloka number 42. What does it say? Sloka number 42 says, Yamimam pushpitam vacham pravandatya vipaschitaham vedava rataha partha nanyadastiti vadinaha. So what does it say? Yamimam, all those, pushpitam, flowery, vacham, words, pravadadya, vipaschitaha. Pravadanti is whatever is spoken, whatever is being told. With those vipaschitaha, whichever you processed with your brain, which you understood, Vedavada Rataha. What is that? Those words of knowledge where you got an avarata, an attachment. You got attached to those flowery words, partha, Nyanya dastiti, na anya, no other, asti is, iti, thus, vadinaha. I have nothing else to tell you. With these limited understanding, the words which I have told already, the knowledge words, which are so good, flowery, which advocates, which promotes, which makes you to do that ritual of all the celestial bodies, everyone around this. No such principles ever, nobody in the world would have described this as best as this. I have told you all these beautiful, nice words for your benefit. Right? So don't. It's to tell Arjuna, don't ignore this. Yamimam pushpitam vacham. It's so beautiful, flowery words of what? Veda vada rataha. With all the vadam, with all the advocacy, the knowledge, put it into rataha. I have taken closer to you, Partha. I have driven through these knowledge. Na anya dasti iti vadanaha. Nowhere else these are available. It's true. What Bhagavan says, what I am doing is a great thing. Each one of us, when you do good things, we must appreciate ourselves. Nothing wrong. That's what Bhagavan teaches us. Yamimam pushpitam vacham pravadandya vipaschitaham Veda vadarata partha nanyadastiti vadinaha. So, having done 42nd sloka, now we have to go to the 43rd one. Kamatmana surgapara janma karma phala pradam क्रिया विशेष बहुलां भोगैश्वर्य गतिं प्रति भोगैश्वर्य गतिं प्रति काम to bhoga janma karma phala pradam janma karma phala pradam what kamatmana kamam is desire that in atman thinking about the kam the pleasure of the sensory organs having that desire surgapara aiming to achieve the heaven going to heaven that is what you are thinking with all the kamatmana which you have kamatmana surgapara janma karma phala pradam with that gives you a result which is not that favorable which is useless which is not that fruitive or is it that fruitive high birth and high fruitive result of what janma karma phala pradam kriya vishesha bahulam which vishesham adding all the rituals and ceremonies making your kriya such a great activity bahulam with various attachment to these ceremonial activities around it bhogaishwarya gatim prati with bhogam raising it to only a pleasure satisfaction activity aishwaryam with a lot of luxury gatim you proceed in that way prati towards that now I am telling you that this will give you a kirti with this action. So I am adding flavor to that. But not like the normal kamatmana surgapara style. I am adding with your activity karma, not the sensory pleasures, which will take you, give you the glory. Those people will glory to those portions of Veda which with their sensory organs what can perform like rituals, ceremonies, festivals, pujas, yagas, all that they'll do with high enjoyment saying that this is utsavam, this is utsaha pradam and elevation of the heavenly planets leaving ourselves to that great planet of heaven surga do this then you get it they're all momentary pleasures only that doesn't have a righteous action like the war which you are doing that is where Krishna is bringing him so your action is much higher than all the ritualistic thing which are shown as a great action by normal people that is not so what is important as karma is what Krishna is trying to define कामात्मानः स्वर्गपराः जन्म कर्म फलप्रदां क्रिया विशेष बहुलां भोगैश्वर्य गतिं प्रति so the next one now having said this the 42nd and 43rd you can see a great continuity similarly to 44 also the whole bunch is talking about it is not rituals or sacrifices the pleasure what is derived out of it is important not that the tantra karma sattviga karma the ishta karma is not what is important for the self satisfaction the sensory organ what can get pleasure is not what is important that is again repeated as bhogaishwaryam kamatmana you can see those words are used here that means it's all focusing towards your pleasure is not what is important that is what Bhagavan trying to tell us right the continuation bhogaishwarya prasaktanam tayopahruta tejas chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadhau na vidhiyate So here, not these pleasure items, samadhau na vidhiyate. On what? Vyavasayatmika buddhi. See, the 40th sloka started with Vyavasayatmika buddhi. 44th sloka ends with Vyavasayatmika buddhi. Or one line earlier to the last, 44th. So, here, what does it say? Bhoga. Again, your Aishwaryam, Bhogam, the luxury, sensory interest. Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam. If that is what is prasaktam, which you are demanding, that is what your attachment deep inside you is, bhogam and aishwaryam, tayapahruta chetasam. By that, what is happening? Your intellect is dampened by the hruta chetasam, the hrudayam, the emotional aspect is coming out. So there are two things. A conflict is there between your buddhi, vyavasayatmika buddhi, and what chetas? Tayapahrutam, the bewildered, not that practical hrudayam, the manas. That makes you to do many things. Don't go behind that. What is to be done? Vyavasayatmika buddhi. Firm decision about a logical thinking in your buddhi and decide samadhau na vidhiyate. The fulfillment of what is that you are supposed to do. That is what you are to take up. So that successful resolution, determination to go with that vidhiyate, what vidhi has asked you to do. Who is vidhi? The path of God. Whatever the God pronounce you to do it. Yadrishchikam is the chance which you got. Earlier Bhagavan told, it doesn't come to everyone. Yadrishchaya, you got it. And your karma is to fight. So you got an opportunity, your skill is there, only thing your attitude has to be changed. For what? To perform. So I keep saying performance P is equal to attitude, skill and opportunity. Now Yadrishchaya, you got an opportunity, you have great skill, your attitude is from the manas now, remove that from the manas, use Vyavasayatmika buddhi and decide that you are going to fight. That is what Bhagavan is driving to. Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam tayapahruta chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadhauna vidhiyate. Beautiful. This is what Bhagavan wants all of us to understand. Now, the 45th sloka. We are reaching closer to the most important sloka, one of the most important slokas in Bhagavad Gita. So this leads to that thought now, for which you need to make a base. That's what Bhagavan does. Now here, the importance is given to the Triguna and that Vishaya, which described in the Vedic part. Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna Nirdvando Nitya Sattvastaha Niryoga Kshema Atmavan. The Vedam, the Atma Sakshatkaram is what is being described, not the sensory pleasures as explained earlier. So the Veda knowledge, which is given as an abstract to us using the Sankhya Yogam, is asking us to use our Vyavasayatmika buddhi. So here, that is getting connected to what is going to come in the next few slokas. Traigunya Vishaya, the material nature, which has got all the sattvic, tamasic, rajasic, all the different natures, which are all Vishayas, which are all the subject matter in Veda, Vedic scriptures. Nistraigunnyo, the Nistraigunnyo, without these materialistic nature, Bhavarjuna, Bhava, be that Arjuna, Nirdvando, without having the dual. What is the duality here? To do or not to do. What is actual duality? The manas and the buddhi. Nitya sattvastho. Nitya sattvastho. Sattvam is the core truth. Sattvam. Sattvam is the essence, the factual quality, the essence, the gist. That Nitya Sattvam. Certainly, that is going to be the Sthayi Bhavam, not fluctuating. From the Nirdvandam, Nitya Sattvastha Avastha has to come. Niryoga Kshema Atmavan. Niryogam. What is preserved? What is kept? Unconcerned about what you are going to get without your kshemam, not getting attached to your benefit, not either with the buddhi or the manas. What you have to do? Get it into Atmavan. That Atma level is your inner self. Bhagavan already told that inner self in you is me, the Bhagavan himself. So, get out of the materialistic and then get into the godly desire. That is what Bhagavan says here. The sloka goes like this. Traigunya Vishaya Vedaha Nistraigunnyo Bhavarjuna Nirdvando Nitya Sattvasthaha Niryoga Kshema Atmavan. So, this is where from the materialistic Arjuna is getting lifted to the Atmavan level. Now, it's easy to get him to close to the Brahma, the self inside, that level in which he understands everything, so that he can be dragged to, he can be taken to that avastha where which God want to explain in the coming slokas. So now the 46th one, what is that is required? That you got something to realize that this is the knowledge and this is the Atma level which you have to act. But then that should not go, that you must be able to keep it as safe as that. That is called the Yogakshem. In the later part, Bhagavan will say in the 9th chapter, Yogakshem. So that is what is going to give here. Yavan artha udappane sarvatah sampludodage tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijanatah. Yavan artha udapane, whichever, whatever, yavan artha, which for what purpose, udapane, in that well with full of water, whatever is that which holds that purpose, as the well is to hold water, sarvata, everything, sampludodage, as water is in a lake, tavan sarveshu vedeshu, everything full with extra large, sarveshu, everything extra large, in vedeshu, in that Veda it is there. But what is that required? You have to be a brahmanasya vijanataha. You have to be a person who understand that knowledge. That means you have to raise to the Brahmana. Don't think that Brahmana is the Vipra who has got a cross belt and does rituals. A Brahmana is one who has got Sankhya Yogam in his hand. The knowledge part is in his hand. The other day also I told you, in Veda, there are two parts. One is ritualistic part. Who does puja, who does flowers, who does lamp lighting, all the rituals what you are thinking as the real bhakti is. The show bhakti, which is the kg level. Then Veda has got the PG level, in which the explanations is full of logic like Sankhya, which we are going through now. But then why again after some time Bhagavan is bringing to Bhakti again? Because the large mass people in this world are that low level people who will not be able to get into the highest raised level of Sankhya, taking towards God through knowledge, through Upanishad, through all the great Vedic knowledge is not that easy, for which you have to reach the Brahmanasya level. Brahmanasya is who has got the brain active, who can logically analyze and understand and learn. Like now we are going through verse by verse. That normal pujaris cannot do. They can only do a ritual job without even probably understanding the meaning. So that kg level has to go. There are a lot of people who even learn Bhagavad Gita as a ritualistic chanting process without understanding. Bhagavan is saying such people are there, but you have to raise Brahmanasya Vijanataha, who has got a complete knowledge and reached that level. That is what is important. That is what Bhagavan says. Like water is everywhere. In the well also water is there. In the lake also water is there. But what is the purpose? That many are not required. But only little bit of that essence is what we are looking for. Not too much. That is totally like what is there in the well and the lake. That is not important. How much you consume, that has to be the essence with knowledge which you will consume, and logically you can think and take your decisions by yourself. That Yogatkshamam is what is required. What you got, you must be able to use it for a very specific purpose. So learn it thoroughly. That is what. Understand what I am saying thoroughly. And think for what. Not, oh, Krishna is great and do puja to him. You do your job if you have that knowledge in you which leads you to action. That is more important. That's what Bhagavan says. And not action is not puja and rituals. Action is what you are supposed to do, you do it. Yavan artha udapane sarvata sambludodake tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijanataham. Now the Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, 47th sloka, which all of us know, which is the most famous sloka. What is that? That sloka, Karmanye vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadhajanam ma karma phalaheturbho ma te sangostva karmani. Look at it very carefully, word by word. Singing, chanting like a flow is good, but word by word, understanding and enjoying is most important. Many people know this sloka, but unfortunately the interpretations happens to be sometimes misleading. That is because the essence is not understood. The earlier sloka, Brahmanasya Vijanataha. that level have not come, then the understanding becomes sometimes misleading and wrong. Karmanye, the karma, whatever is prescribed duty as useful for society is called karma. Not cooking, taking care of children, cleaning the house, all these are not considered as karma. What is useful for the society, which is a purta karma. The ishta karma is your karma. There are two types of karma. So whenever Bhagavan says it is not for the selfish, no, I am doing my karma. What is that? Ironing, dress washing. No, that is not karma. Karmanye vadhikarasthe. That is your right. Doing such public activity is your right because you are a social being. You are a human being. That is your right. Here Bhagavan says your adhikaram is doing your job. Do Bhagavan has to say that cooking is your adhikaram? So don't think. When Bhagavad Gita talks about karma, that karma which is useful for a greater society in the world, for a better purpose, for the whole world. Ma phaleshu kadachana. For such activity when you do, don't think about some benefit. Going to an office and doing job is not your karma. That is your earning for your livelihood. Apart from that, what is that extra you are doing for the society is what, and for which don't expect any remuneration. Ma phaleshu kathachana. That will not give you any fruit sometime. Planting a plantain tree, giving a fence to that, watering that, and then making it to grow is your job, because that you are not supposed to do sometime. And the phalam which comes is not in your hand. And the phalam which comes, the banana, you need not eat. Let somebody eat. That can be a crow. That can be a squirrel. That can be an ant. Let them eat. Let them take the phalam, the fruit out of it. You don't expect that fruit. Ma phaleshu katachana. That's what it means. This is quoted by some people saying that you do your job, I will not give you salary. No, that is not what is considered here. When you do for somebody else, if I am doing something for government, government is supposed to pay me. So even to serve government is not considered as karma, for which you are appointed by an office order. Which is not appointed by an office order. This live Facebook, nobody asked me to do it. Okay, there was a trigger by Pradeep Dambiar. Namaskaram to him. But then I had an option to do it or not. What is my phalam? I am not expecting anything out of it. What am I expecting? My satisfaction. Why am I doing it? Because I cannot stop doing it. If not this, I would have done something else which serves the society in some other style. Why am I doing it? Don't ask me why am I breathing. Because I cannot stop breathing. Why am I doing it? Because I cannot stop doing it. Ma karma palahe durbhur. That phalam, ma, never. That karma, the effect of that karma, that means the result of that karma is not the cause of my action. Thinking that there are 4 people or 14 people, whether it is seen by 500 people or 20 people. I am sure if I do a joke, probably people will share it and forward it. That is not what I am supposed to do. That is not my karma, which will give you a temporary happiness. That is not what I am looking at. I am looking at for a longer happiness for you. For the result, when you enjoy it, I may not be here even to know that somebody else is enjoying. Mate sankosto karmani. Don't get attached. Sangam should not be there. Attachment is sangam. Na sangam. Don't keep sangam to that. Not your mate, not your attachment should be there. Astu must be there to the karmani, to the, and therefore don't have that, and then don't say that I don't have to do that. So don't get an inaction as a result of it. Oh, I am not worried about the result. I don't care whether somebody is listening or not. So nobody is listening, therefore let me stop. That doesn't matter. If there are 2 people or nobody also, I will give my Facebook live because that is what I think is my job and I am enjoying it. So don't look at what is the result. Sometime it may get some result. You may know it, you may get it, that doesn't matter. That is immaterial. Whether you get it, whether you enjoy it, you are there or not, doesn't matter. Karmanye vadhikaraste ma phaleshu katachana ma karma phalahe turbhur mate sangostva karmani. So, having said this, now Bhagavan goes to the next sloka. The Yogastha. And who is that person who reached that level? That person is the Yogastha. Yogastha kuru karmani sangham tyaktva dhananjaya siddhyas asidhyaha samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. So what level you have to reach? You have to reach that Yogastha level. Being justified, getting into that, the decision that I am going to stay in that yoga avastha is called a Yogastha. Yeah, I have decided, this is my mentality is like this. I am a Vyavasayika buddhi, confirmed that I am going to be in my action without even thinking whether I am going to lose war or I am going to win war. I am going to fight. Kuru karmani, such people who perform Kuru karmani, such people like you does their job. Sangam tektva dhananjaya. Dhananjaya, Arjuna, sangam, that attachment to the result, tektva, detached from that, abandoning that, leaving that, throwing that sangam, siddhya asiddho, either siddhi or asiddhi, success or failure, siddhya asidhyo, samo bhutva, equally taking the failure and success, samam, equally, bhutva, considering that as equal, samatvam yoga uchyate. Samatvam, take it into equanimity, celebrate in the same style, without disturbance, enjoy both. That is what is equanimity. Yoga uchyate, not taking equal, enjoy it equally. That is what the meaning here. Yoga uchyate, raise yourself to that level, then you are called a Yogastha. Sanskritam is such a language, if you know the context and what Bhagavan is trying to tell, you read 2 or 3 times, it becomes your mother tongue. If it is Malayalam, it becomes Malayalam, right? So, you don't have to worry about the toughest sentence or words. You have to think about it. Yogastha kuru karmani sangham tyakta dhananjaya siddhya asidhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Beautiful. So this concept of getting your action without thinking about that result is what is essential for people to know what is the beauty of action. Sloka number 49. Durena hyevaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya buddhau sharanamanischa kripana phalahetava. Durena hyevaram karma. Durena, discarding from far away. That means get detached from that. Hyevaram, which is inferior to karma. What is inferior to karma? Buddhi yoga dhananjaya. With your buddhi, establishing in yoga. That means highly devotionally, getting established in the divine knowledge with full intellect. Buddhau sharanamanyuscha. With that insight, what is that you are supposed to do? Seek, get into that activity which is more important than kripana phala hetava. O Arjuna, don't look into the action and the result from the action, but look into the action which is divine and totally dedicated. Therefore, certainly, your action with devotion becomes highly valuable and the result will become inferior. That is what you are supposed to do. The fruits have less significance and discard it. Get your concentration into Buddhi Yoga Dhananjaya Durena Hevaram Karma. Get not that reward what you get, but get into the action. Kripana Phala Hetava. Don't look into. Be miser. Don't invest your effort and time into the result of the action. That is what Bhagavan says here. Durena hevaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya buddhau sharanamanischa kripana phala hetava. Now here what Bhagavan says, buddhya yukto jihatiha ubhe sukrita dushkrite tasmat yogaya ujjasva yoga karmasu kaushalam. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. What is required? Buddhi yukto jihadiha. That buddhi with full buddhi yuktam. Yuktam is wisdom. Buddhi yukto jihadiha. Get rid of that confusions in life. Having the wisdom in your thoughts. Ubhe sukrita dushkrite. Both, ubhe means both. Sukritam and dushkritam. Good and bad activities, deeds, karmas which you do. Asmat yogaya ujjasau. Asmat. Therefore, tasmat. Whenever Bhagavan says tasmat, be careful. Because that is where he concludes whatever he said earlier. So that means the essence is going to come. Tasmat, therefore, what you should do? Yogyaya. The yogya should come. Once who have got the yogam of samabuddhi, you becomes a yogyan. And therefore, yogyaya, with that yogyam, yogyata, ability, ujjasya. What is that? With the full power, yujjasva, yoga, with the full yoga power inside you, karmasu kaushalam. Work skillfully. So what does it mean here? Fight. Indirectly, Krishna is telling Arjuna, start fighting. Buddhi yukto jihatiha ubhe sukrita dushkrite tasmat yogaya ujjasva yoga karmasu kaushalam. Straight away came to that state where he is asking Arjuna, you have to start your karmasu kaushalam. Now, next one. Karmajam buddhi yuktahi phalam tyakta manishinaha janma bandha vinirmuktaha padam gacchandhyanamayam. Padam gacchandhyanamayam. What does it say? Karmajam buddhi yuktahi. Get into, you are here. You are here means what? You have taken birth for what purpose? Your birth, you as a warrior, what is your job? That activity, fighting. Buddhi yuktahi, with your buddhi yuktam. Already said. That yoga buddhi which you have, phalam tyaktya manishinaha. Without looking at the result, fruit of it, abandoning that. I told you, Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, Veda, repeating same thing multiple times in different style. Probably nobody knows whether God himself used this many words or God finished in one stanza and multiple people added their views on this and then added multiple styles of sloka to explain it further. Which is the essence which Bhagavan said, which are the other one which are added. We are not able to understand. That beautifully everything is written. Therefore, every action, looking at a scenery, not from one single direction once, looking from different directions many times makes it much more beautiful. So that is the beauty of Bhagavad Gita. Karmajam buddhi yuktahi phalam tyakta manishinaha. Whatever said earlier, without phalam, do it. Janma bandha vinirmukta. You have freedom from the bondage of life and death. You don't have to tie up, oh, this is my karma phalam. Last janma I am supposed to do it. Therefore, this janma I am killing. Don't think all that. You do your job as you enjoy it. Padam gachandya namayam. Namayam. Without anamayam. Without having any suffering. Thinking that this is karma which I am supposed to do. And I have to get that padam. From this state to another state. Gachandyam. I am moving from my past karma to this karma. Don't think about all that. Do your job because you enjoy doing it. Karmajam buddhi yuktahi phalam tyakta manishinaha janma bandha vinirmuktaha padam gachandya namayam. Now the 52nd sloka. Yeah. If I don't keep a tag of what I am doing, then probably I should not visit. Yeah. Yatade mohakalilam buddhir vedittarishyati tatha gandhasi nirvedam srotavyasya srudasya cha. Again, the desireless action without aiming at the result. Whatever 47th sloka, Bhagavan or whoever added to that is not satisfied. He wants to keep on explaining it further. So 47 sloka, what he said, is getting again told in different style. Yadhate moha kalilam. When you don't have that moham. Moham is confusion because of desire. Kalilam, you get involved in that and then lost your path. Yatate moha kalilam. That state you have to get out. And how you should reach? Buddhir vetitarishyati. Your intellect should cross that moha kalilam. That pond of confusion, you have to cross it with your buddhi. Buddhir vetitari shyati. Cross it with your buddhi. Tatha. Then what you should do? Gandhasi. You shall reach there. For what? Nirvedam. You become a different person who will not Vedam have differences. You will have equanimity. That state you will reach. Whether it is success, war, victory, or losing the war. Whether happiness or dukkham. All that you will consider as equal. You have to reach to that level. Srotavyasya srutasya cha. What you are supposed to hear, what you already heard, all that will look equal to you. Because you will not require my suggestions, my advices. You will consider everything as equal and you will start your actions, I am sure. That determination is what is that I am expecting from you, Arjuna. So what is to be done? You have to be stubborn. With your yoga avastha you should reach. That is what I want from you. Yadade moha kalilam buddhir veti tarishyati tatha gandhasi nirvedam srotavyasya srutasya cha. So don't think anything. Your firm decision in action is what the only thing what is essential here now. Now let us look at in this bunch of karma yoga which is explained in the Sankhya Yoga. Karma yoga in Sankhya Yoga, verse number 39 to 53. So we are at the last 53rd sloka. Sruti vipradipannate yatha sthasyati nischala samadhavachala buddhihi तथा योग वाप्स्यसि. श्रुति विप्रदिपन्नाते, not what is heard, what is being the sections of Veda were the Shruti part, what is heard by you, yatha sthasyati, that remains nischala. See, that is in you without chanjala, nischala. Hold that tight. Samadhavachala, that gives you a divine consciousness, a divine state of mind, a great satisfaction to become achala, stable, with not blindly stable without buddhi, with buddhi. Sthatha, like that, yogama vapyasi, that takes you to that yoga level, joining to God. What I require is what you are going to do with that. That is what Krishna wants, right? That is what actual surrendering, that is what Bhagavan is driving Arjuna to, without any second opinion, surrendering to your Guru. Now Krishna is the Guru, Arjuna is the disciple. That is what I expect from you. That you already told in the beginning of the chapter. That is why I am asking you to do, is a justification of that activity. Once you say that I will surrender to you, there is no consideration on that. Listen, Shruti, as Shruti vipradipannade yatha sthasyati nischala samadhavachala buddhi tatha yogava mapsyasi. This is what Bhagavan says. What we have done today, sloka 41 onwards. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kuru nandana bahushakha hyanandascha buddhayo vyavasayinam yamimam pushpitam vacham pravandyanda vivaschitaham Veda vadarata partha nanya dastiti vadinaha kama mana surgapara janma karma phalapradam kriya vishesha bahulam bhogaishwarya gadim prati bhogaishwarya prasaktanam तयापहृता चेतसां व्यावसायत्मिका बुद्धि समाधौ न विधीयते त्रैगुण्य विषया वेदा निस्त्रैगुण्या भवार्जुन निर्द्वन्द्वो नित्यसत्त्वस्था निर्योग क्षेम आत्मवान् यावानार्थ उदपाने सर्वतः सम्प्लुतोदके तावान् सर्वेषु वेदेषु ब्राह्मणस्य विजानतः कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्थे मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भो मादे संगोस्त्व कर्मणि योगस्तः कुरु कर्माणि संगं त्यक्त्वा धनञ्जया सिद्ध्यौ सिद्धौ समो भूत्वा समत्वं योग उच्यते दूरेण ह्यवरं कर्म बुद्ध्या योगात् धनञ्जया बुद्धौ शरणमन्विष्य कृपाणफलहेतवः बुद्धियुक्तो जहातीह उभे सुकृतः दुष्कृते तस्मात् योगाय उज्जस्व योगः कर्मसु कौशलम् कर्मजं बुद्धियुक्ता हि फलं त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणः जन्मबन्धविनिर्मुक्ताः पदं गच्छेद्यनामयम् यदा ते मोहकलिलं बुद्धिर्व्यतितरिष्यति तथा गन्धासि निर्वेदं श्रोतव्यस्य श्रुतस्य च श्रुति विप्रतिपन्ना ते यथा स्थास्यति निश्चला समाधावचला बुद्धि तथा योगमवाप्स्यसि. Namaskaram, pranams to all of you.